Hi guys, how are we doing? So, good evening to all the ones in the UK, and for further afield, good afternoon or good morning. So it's Judith in Spirit. Everything I do alongside Spirit. So I wanted to chat today. A lot of us, when we are feeling lost or when we've had some quite hard diagnosis or hard information to receive, a lot of us, we come up with mixed emotions. And I wanted to talk about share a little bit of my journey with you. Something I'm very, very passionate about is helping others. End of life is hard for each person who is going through that transition and facing that journey. Likewise, so it is as hard and as devastating for the family members and the loved ones and friends. And I wanted to talk about a little bit because sometimes guilt gets in the way. And from a person, if we talk about the person who has received that diagnosis and who has received that devastating news, our life changes. It changes in so many ways. There's so many emotions come into play. There's the guilt, there's the anger, there's the fear, and there's so many mixed emotions that they might all come at different times. Not everybody is the same. But maybe we want to, well, I'm saying maybe the person that I would be helping wants to talk about the diagnosis they've received, but they don't want to scare their family, or they don't feel that they can be open and talk to their family regarding that. And that's okay. You know, whether we're spiritual or whether we're not, it's important that we can just say how we feel. Should it be a situation that's going on at home and it's nothing to do with end of life, it's still okay to say how we feel. There are many ways of saying things, but speaking our truth, because when we bottle things up, it makes things so much harder. And sometimes we want people to understand, but everybody's not going to understand. You know, when somebody has been given a diagnosis like that, not everybody is going to understand what that person's feeling because they can only assume they know what it's like. So each person is trying to protect each person. The loved one who's received that diagnosis is trying to protect family and friends. The family and friends are trying to protect the loved one. And it goes round in a circle where loved ones and people who have really need that support feel trapped because they're too scared to speak up. And sometimes having an end of life support guide, it can be something as just someone to talk to on the other end of the phone, to have that cry to say what those fears are, to have that rant and let that out, those emotions out. Or sometimes it can go deeper. People would like to understand the spiritual side, what when they come to that journey of transitioning, what to expect, to know that they're never truly on their own. Maybe it's to do with memories and keepsakes. Maybe it's support for the family, where although they're going through that journey with you, it's a slightly different journey for both parties. But that party and that journey for them is scary too, and it's learning to know that there is no right way and there is no wrong way. There's just your way, and that's what's really important, is to know that what way you deal with things in the process, in whether you feel anger or whether you feel emotions or fear, whatever comes up, it's okay to allow that to come out, not in a violent way, I don't mean that, but I mean to come out in a healing way, because we have healing on all forms. from the physical to the mental to the spiritual. We have healing in all forms. And sometimes having the option to say what we really feel and understand the process and the journey that person is on, or our loved one is on, can really make a difference. So I do want to say that I do help with end of life support guide. I do volunteer on a need to need, person to person basis. I know there's a lot of people going through many different journeys in this world, and they maybe haven't financially got that to help them. They maybe don't have a lot of people in their life. An end of life support guide is as much as helpful for the loved ones and families as it is for the person going through it. You know, to understand the spiritual side sometimes can bring a lot of peace, and it can help us prepare. It can help us a lot of mental and emotional healing can help us in many ways. Personally, I'm very passionate about my journey. I'm very strongly with my angels and guides, and it's something that I just absolutely love helping. I know we come across in different ways, but because we're spiritual, it doesn't eliminate us from those emotions or from those feelings, because we're living the physical life as well as the spiritual. And we were brought here to experience all forms of emotions and love and situations in our journey. And some to make us strong, some to learn from, and some to teach others. So if you're on your own, or if you're going through a very hard journey right now, don't be afraid to say how you feel. It's okay. It's not a weakness. And by just being open, if you feel that you find it hard openly talking about it, write it down. Write down your feelings. Write down how it's making you feel inside. And just take that time to really put what you're feeling down in words, because it's a healing process. I know we might have received a diagnosis that we're going through, going to be going through the transition and journey, but we can still do a lot of healing on that journey, which is helping us, the loved one. So memories, keepsakes, understanding each other's fears, family's fears and the loved one's fears, understanding the process can really, really help. And there's some really nice, really good spiritual end of life guides or doulas. Some are doulas. Personally, I'm guide, support guide. I believe that we all have a team around us, and we are all as equal as each other, and we're only a part of that team, and we all need that team. We need them as much as they need us. So it is a teamwork. But I do want to say, for anybody who is finding that hard or going through that journey, don't be afraid to reach out. You know, there are a lot of people in the world who's helping, a lot of support guides. There's a lovely lady, Nadia, I know, and she lives in the south of Ireland, and she's also an end of life doula. So when we look around, a lot of spiritual people are really reaching out, and they know that they can't change things, but they can help improve things for each person in their own way and what is right for them. Okay, it's your journey. It has to be about what's right for you. Before I take a caller, I wanted to just a couple of announcements in case I run out of time at the end. So at 9 p.m. tonight, I will be on TikTok doing physical mediumship from 9 p.m. and it's medium 1111. I've only one TikTok, guys. Okay. Also, I do prophetic news on my YouTube channel with all the predictions of what's to come. Lots has already come true, with lots more to come. So that's on my YouTube channel for Prophetic News. And for anybody not sure of the time, 9 p.m. UK time is 5 p.m. Pacific time. And also, before I finish, I want to say on a Tuesday evening after this show, I help lovely Alice Trevor from Scotland, and we do the Sparkle of Light spiritual chat show at 8 p.m. And we have different guests on every week to share our knowledge and help as many people as we can. So please join us and know you're very, very welcome. And if I can help in any way, please don't hesitate to contact me, because that's what we're there for. Okay, so I see we've got Melissa in Dover, Delaware. How are you doing, Melissa?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking, Melissa. It's lovely to connect for you. So, Melissa, have you ever had physical mediumship?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I am a physical medium, but I do exactly like I do now. And if I have time, I'll incorporate the physical in with your messages, okay?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said. Could you separate your words for me, please?
So it's my accent, sorry. So I'm explaining I am a physical medium. I do my evidential and my physical exactly the same, just as I'm talking to you now. If you would like, and I have time, I'll incorporate the physical into my reading for you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, Melissa, I want to talk about a gentleman, okay? And I want to talk about chest. This gentleman is very much making me aware of his chest. And I want to talk about palpitations. He's making me aware someone on the earthly plane receives a lot of palpitations, and it's through a lot of stress. I feel it's yourself, Melissa. Are we there?
Yes, but I didn't understand. You say there is a man thinking about me?
No, there is a man in spirit around you.
Man spirit?
Yes, there's a gentleman in. Yes, I feel he's more of a grandfather figure, and he talks about his chest. Okay, he's pointing to the chest, but I want to say heart for the gentleman, but somebody, I feel it's yourself, gets like palpitations and would get quite stressed, anxiety. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So can you understand the gentleman in spirit who's coming forward very much as grandfather?
Okay, he's my grandfather?
I'm getting a grandfather figure, and I want to place him on mother's side of the family.
My mother's side of the family?
Yes.
My mother's father died when she was only 9.
Though that's okay. Our loved ones, it's ourself on the earthly plane that puts time. The spirit has no concept of time. And although our loved one may have passed when we were either before we were born or when we were very young, we might not know a lot about them, but they know a lot about us. Okay? So I do want to say this gentleman is around you, okay? And he talks about in the evening, and he's also talking about feathers. Have you been finding feathers, please?
Have I been in others? What?
Have you been finding feathers?
Feathers.
Feathers, you know. Yes.
Not really. Not too much, no.
Okay. Keep an eye out. I want to tell you grey feathers. And the colours of our feathers all mean something. So grey is very much about peace, inner peace, outer peace, and harmony. Okay. And I feel he's talking about a grey feather. I can never change what spirit bring forward. I can question, but I can't change. So I want to talk about he's wanting you to find peace within. Okay? And do you understand he's very much, I don't use tools in any way. I just purely work with spirit. Okay? Melissa, and I want to say he's talking about charges. Please can I ask you what you mean by that, sir? Okay. Was there a member of the family connected or caught up, whether it was in wartime or I want to say like an explosion of some kind going back in your family, Melissa?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. I want to guide you to ask mum or to ask within family. All the messages that spirit gives, they will always be relevant. It's how we place them. And they're maybe not always for us, but somebody within our family circle or friendship circle. And I want to talk about trees. He's also showing me trees and somebody climbing trees. He's talking about a tomboy. I feel it was a girl, but quite tomboyish growing up climbing trees.
My sister.
Okay. Did she fall and hurt her knee?
No, but I fell out of a tree when we were climbing and I hurt my back.
Okay. I'm seeing somebody land kind of on scuffing a knee, but he's showing me a tree. Okay. And I want to also, it's very relevant and it is a memory. So he's linking in the memory of you as children. Also, he's talking about Navy. So I feel I want to go back to the message that he was trying to bring forward. There's somebody within the family is connected to the Navy. And I feel that there is he's saying, yes, I'm not getting to finish it. He's saying about, yes.
Did you say
he's
the
talking
Navy?
about, yes.
Yes, that would be my mother's side of the family. Yes, they were in the Navy.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you could take, because spirit will never lie and everything they give us is true. We just have to place that. So I have to say he is talking and he's showing me the memories of you growing up with the trees and the tomboyish. And he's giving me more because he wants you to verify and validate who he is. So he talks about the Navy, but he also talks about there was an incident or a situation where there was some kind of explosion. And I feel it is connected to this gym. He keeps saying yes as I'm saying that. So I very much want to give that.
Well, he died in a car accident. Is that the explosion?
Was that like an explosion?
Well, I don't know about an explosion, but he did die in a head-on collision. My grandfather on my mother's side. And she was only 9. And so we're talking really, really early, like 1930s or early 40s.
But he knows everything about you. He knows everything about you. He knows your thoughts. He knows how you feel. He can feel how you feel, and he knows what you're thinking of. He knows what you're doing. And when he visits, he's around mum. He's around, family members. Although we might not know them, they know us inside and out. Inside and out. And I have to stress that I don't want to add anything to what he hasn't said. I want to give you the explosion because I know it's relevant. And I know he brought in the Navy because that was relevant to who he was. I also want to bring in grandmothers now coming forward, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, please. Okay, she is giving me flowers to give you, and she's calling them peace lilies, and she's going like this. Oh, you can't see me. I'm reaching my hands out to you, and she's giving me peace lilies to give to you. There's been a change in relationship. I also feel it between siblings. There's a change in relationship. She's waving her finger to me as if to say, she's trying to bring together. Does that make sense? I feel that there's disagreements between siblings. I love the way they chat. They're validating before I could even get your validations. So have you a brother, please?
A brother?
Yes.
My brother passed away. Both of them.
Yeah, that's okay. Because there's a brother coming forward, and I was wanting to make you aware that the brother was coming forward. Absolutely. So, Melissa, would you be happy for your brother to hold your hand?
Yes.
Okay. I don't need to know what hand it is. Okay. You choose whatever hand you want. Place it nice and relaxed on your lap, and I will help your brother hold your hand and pass whatever messages. Okay. I want to say he's talking about a prankster. There's
what?
A trickster, like a prankster. He would have played jokes.
Mm-hmm.
He messes with the lights. Okay. Have you
Mm-hmm.
had to keep replacing bulbs?
Yeah.
Light. Okay. It's not. It's him. It's the younger brother. The older brother joins in sometimes, but the younger brother is quite mischief, and he's making the lights and affecting the bulbs. And they giggle as I'm saying that. They're very much wanting to get your attention, just for you to know they're there. So I'm going to link in, Melissa, and I'm going to link in with your brother and help you feel him in your hand, okay? And I'll pass whatever else he wants me to pass to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to talk about the month of June, and I want to talk about a birthday.
Okay. Birthday in June.
Yes. I want to talk about June, and I want to talk about a birthday. There's a celebration coming up. There's balloons. There's a birthday coming up, not past. There's a birthday coming up.
Okay? My birthday's coming up, but it's not in June.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yes. I said there's a birthday. I want to talk about June. The month of June is relevant, but I also want to talk about a birthday that's coming up, not past. They're acknowledging. Okay, so they're acknowledging your birthday for you. Okay, and before I finish helping him, do you understand? He's talking about like milk bottles.
He's talking about what?
Milk bottles. I feel going back in time. I want to go. I'm going back to memories, back to childhood. I feel I want to talk about milk bottles. Did somebody take the milk or drink the milk before everybody else got it? There's a memory to do with the milk bottles that's very relevant. Okay.
Are you saying notebook?
Milk, MILK, milk. He talks about a memory with milk bottles.
Milk bottles. Okay.
Yes. Going back in time. It is very much a memory. And it's irrelevant because it was something that he did. And it's connected to the milk bottles. So it is. Okay, let me link in and let me help you hold your brother's hand, okay? Okay. Okay. So do you understand there's been a falling out within family, please? And I feel it's to do with the sister within the family. Okay. Do you understand I want to say both very alike, kind of very stubborn? Alike more than maybe you'd like to admit in certain ways and certain traits. But I have to say to you, grandmother is coming forward and asking you to to amend. Life's too short. And sometimes it's over things that's not really important when we look at it in the grand scale of things. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So grandfather's talking about your hand, okay? Is your hand feeling like a lightness around it, please?
I'm not feeling anything, really. I got my hand in my lap, like you told me to.
Okay. So if you just relax, Melissa, I can assure you, you will if you relax and allow. Sometimes we can be anxious and sometimes we don't allow it in. So if you can relax, let me see now. I have to say to you, grandfather is with quite a lot of people up in spirit from the Navy. There's a lot of people who was lost very early on in their younger days, and they've all reunited. He's talking about a full squadron nearly, so he is. Okay, go ahead, please. Let's link in for Melissa. They explained to me that Mum went through quite a lot, is what they said, and it's careful I use the correct wording. Mum went through a lot of hardships, but she came through those, and they taught her an awful lot and made her quite a strong person. Okay, do you understand, Melissa?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not going to get the chance to do your physical for you. I do the physical phenomena, but you're welcome to join my live at 9 p.m. on TikTok. I'll be doing live mediumship, so I will. So your card before I finish, guys, Melissa, is this. It's Horus, and this is telling you that your thoughts really do create your reality. It's very important because what we think we do create, and I have to say, big change is coming your way, but look at all in a positive light and be grateful and say, do you know what, I'm excited because these are all for my highest good, and they will be. Trust. You think it, you believe it, you receive it.